This is part 2 of Deep, Deep Water by Clarence Gatemouth Brown. I'm going to play through the entire verse, starting from the end of the first verse, and then I'll go through the important points. Here we go. Okay, so that's the second verse all the way through, and it has a lot of similarities to the first verse. That's what makes it all one coherent piece. It starts off going in from the end of the first verse. Okay, so that first little melodic figure is, you start on the open B string, the second string, finger the second fret, open E string, third fret on the E string, second fret on the second string, and it's a little bit syncopated there, and after that you hit the bass E string. You can even hit the two bottom strings. In fact, I think I usually do. And what he does here, this is a rhythm that's sort of like a heartbeat. That's a common thing in a lot of blues. And he does that a lot throughout this verse and in some of the other verses. Also, he's muting. You want to mute those strings with the palm of your hand. See if I can get the take the palm of your hand and put it right next to the bridge. Not up here. You don't get any sound, but right on the bridge there. So you still get the note, but it's muted instead of. So you see how it's muted there. That's throughout the song, and in most blues players generally do that. So you go. That's the heartbeat. On the third beat, the third heartbeat, you're going to go into the next melodic figure. So you go, it's just like the first one as far as that, but then you slide up on the E string using your middle finger, then hit the third string on the 6th fret, and then the second string on the 8th fret, and bend it. Like that. All the time while you're doing this heartbeat. It takes a little getting used to do the two rhythms simultaneously, but it's not that hard once you get into it. So now once I get to there and I'm bending that string, that second string on the 8th fret, I put these two fingers, these two here, I put them down on 7th fret of the 5th string and the 6th fret of the 4th string, and I mute those. So what I have there is basically 3 notes of the E7 chord way up the neck, and I'm muting it. That gives it a fuller sound as you're doing the heartbeat thing until you get to the next part. After that, he goes way up here and finger on the 10th fret of the 1st string and the 6th string. It's a double, it's a 2-octave spread. So it's like playing the open strings all the way up, and if you just play them at the 10th, what is that? That's the 10th fret. And then he does sort of a heartbeat rhythm there. And he goes from the 10th fret on the same strings, keeping the same strings, to the 9th fret, the 7th fret, and then all the way down to the 3rd fret. Play the open E string first. So once you get down to here, you're playing the 2nd fret, 3rd open, 3rd fret, open. You're going down the scale, basically the blues scale, on the first 4 strings. 2nd fret, 1st string, 3rd fret, open. 3rd string, 2nd fret, open. 4th string, 2nd fret, and open. That brings us up to the next part of the blues, which is the A chord, or the 4-chord section, where he plays basically an A7. But you don't play the whole chord. He's playing melody here. And you're not playing bass. He's playing... So the 3rd fret and then the 2nd fret, and you play the 2nd fret, then play it open and hammer it on and off. And then you play the 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret. So it goes again, it's on this last part, it's you skip that 2nd string altogether and you go on the 1st string and then down to the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. And then, just as in the first verse, he does that little slide up into infinity there. He did that in the first verse, but he played, and then he played the open E string. But this time, we're going to play that E note on the 2nd string at the 5th fret. And the reason for that is so that you can hold it and slide it down a little bit. That gives it a little bit different sound, a little bit different, a little bit of a variation. So it's okay. So putting back that heartbeat sound in the bass. So after you do, then you do an echo about an octave lower, and what you're doing is you're sliding up to the B flat on the G string, the 4th string at the 3rd fret, and then the 4th string on the 5th fret down to the 2nd fret on that string. So it's so as soon as you do that, you hit the bass E, do that, and then it's time to go into the turnaround. It's just like in the first verse. It's the same exact figure, really. But then he goes. So it's kind of like the beginning, but it doesn't go all the way. It goes. Okay, let's see. I gotta play. Open string, B string 2nd fret, open, and then the G string, the 3rd string on the 2nd fret, and bend it up and down, then open, up to the 4th fret, and then on the 4th string, the 5th fret. Then after that, he hammers on and off the 3rd string, the 4th string, the 5th string, and then he comes down here. So he goes. And those hammers on and off that string are quick. They're not. It's actually quicker. It's really just touching them. And that's the end of verse number 2 of Deep, Deep Water.